Doctors and corporate lawyers routinely file for bankruptcies. Meanwhile, janitors and parking lot attendants have quietly retired with multi-million-dollar investment portfolios. We treat building wealth like a math test. We assume that if you know how to calculate compound interest and read a balance sheet, you automatically get rich. But knowing the numbers means nothing if you can't control your impulses. The variable that ruins long-term financial stability isn't a lack of intelligence. It is human behavior. Once we cover our basic needs, like food and shelter, money stops acting as a simple mechanism for survival. It becomes a mirror for our insecurities, our desires, and our ego. This suggests that the greatest threat to your long-term security isn't a market crash. It's the psychological friction you create for yourself. Dr. Brad Klontz identified that we operate on unconscious money scripts. The most destructive is the money status script. As seen in this equation, equating self-worth to net worth makes life a competition, driving people to take on massive debt to keep up appearances. This mindset prioritizes the badge on a luxury import over the utility of the vehicle itself. A watch is selected specifically for the social signal its price tag sends to a room. Research shows this behavior frequently stems from deep-rooted insecurities, often formed in childhood by a sense of financial scarcity or a fear of being judged by peers. These individuals aren't actually buying products. They are purchasing a fragile illusion of status to hide how vulnerable they really feel. As you progress in your career, your salary naturally increases. You expect those raises to finally give you some breathing room, yet somehow the bank account feels just as empty at the end of the month. This happens through lifestyle creep. Every time your income goes up, your baseline for what feels normal goes up right alongside it. The ego justifies these immediate, unnecessary upgrades with 3 dangerous words: I deserve it. Look closely at this academic text from the Journal of Behavioral Decision-Making. It outlines time-inconsistent preferences, highlighting a core human flaw. We consistently prioritize immediate gratification over long-term well-being, abandoning our future plans for a quick reward today. Upgrading to a nicer apartment or a premium subscription is highly visible, but keeping your spending flat and investing the difference is completely invisible to the outside world. By matching every pay bump with a corresponding bump in spending, you guarantee you will live paycheck to paycheck, no matter how high your salary climbs. Even if you avoid the traps of consumerism and actually build up a surplus of cash, the ego finds another way to intervene, this time inside your investment portfolio. This brings us to a well-documented cognitive trap known as overconfidence bias. Smart people often assume their intelligence in one specialized area, like medicine or software engineering, translates directly to predicting stock prices. They convince themselves they can outsmart professional traders and beat the market averages. This chart shows exactly what happens next. The aggressive, high-frequency trading fueled by overconfidence leads to steep losses and heavy brokerage fees, falling far behind the steady, boring growth of passive index funds. The ego turns a person's intellect into a liability, weaponizing their own confidence to dismantle the wealth they worked so hard to build. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. The moment you buy the status symbol, that cash is completely gone, replaced by a rapidly depreciating asset. We are conditioned to think of wealth as something highly visible, but true wealth is hidden. It is the luxury car you didn't buy. It is the designer clothes you left on the rack. Wealth is the untouched portfolio compounding quietly in the background, giving you options instead of obligations. Building financial independence doesn't require outsmarting Wall Street or impressing your neighbors. It requires humility. It demands the quiet, steady discipline of living below your means year after year. You can secure your future, but only if you are willing to check your pride. To keep your money, you have to permanently separate it from your ego.